first news from the proceedings in the both Houses of Parliament. Well, both Houses of Indian Parliament witnessed adjournments as soon as the legislative business began on Wednesday. Amid ruckus by the opposition members, the lower house, also known as the Lok Sabha, was adjourned within minutes after it resumed proceedings for the day. Rajya Sabha, or the upper house, began with matters of importance taken up in the 0 hour. After a short while, the house was adjourned after ruckus by opposition members. Amid the ruckus, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju slammed the Congress party for misusing Dr. Ambedkar's name for its vote bank politics.
केस में बाबा साहब ने 1951 में कानून मंत्री के पद से इस्तीफा दिया था। 71 साल बाद प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने एक दूसरा बौद्ध को कानून मंत्री बनाया है। आप लोगों को याद नहीं आया? मोदी सत्य बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर के बताए हुए रास्ते पे हम लोग चलते हैं, आप लोग नहीं चलते हैं। सर, ये लोग ढोंग कर रहे हैं। मैं कड़ी आपत्ति करता हूँ। बाबा साहब का नाम को वोट बैंक के लिए जो दुरुपयोग कर रहे हैं, इसको मैं निंदा करता हूँ।
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a blistering attack on the Congress, listed out its sins towards BR Ambedkar and accused it of denying the father of the Constitution a Bharat Ratna, adding that the party can no longer hide its misdeeds of several years. In a series of posts on social media platform X, Prime Minister Modi wrote, and I quote him, "If the Congress and its rotten ecosystem think that their malicious lies can hide their misdeeds of several years, especially their insult towards Dr. BR Ambedkar, they are gravely mistaken. The people of India have seen time and again how one party led by one dynasty has indulged in every possible dirty trick to obliterate the legacy of Dr. Ambedkar and humiliate the SC/ST communities." The list of the Congress's sins towards Dr. BR Ambedkar include getting him defeated in elections not once but twice, Pandit Nehru campaigning against him, making his loss a prestige issue, denying him a Bharat Ratna, denying his portrait a place of pride in Parliament's Central Hall. It is due to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar that we are what we are. Our government has worked tirelessly to fulfill the vision of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar over the last decade. Our government has worked to develop Panch Tirth, the 5 iconic places associated with Dr. Ambedkar. When it comes to Dr. Ambedkar, our respect and reverence is absolute. So these were the series of tweets by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, DD India correspondent Anil Thomas is at the Parliament House in New Delhi. He joins us live for more. Anil, if you could explain to us what exactly has happened in both Houses of Parliament today.
Well, good afternoon, Tanvi. Well, very much on the expected lines after that, 2 days of deliberations, both in the upper house and the lower house. Many expected that the remaining 3 days, so the fag end of the Parliament session, especially the winter session of Parliament, would go off smoothly. But, one excerpt from his speech that the Home Minister made in his concluding remarks, especially in the upper house, being extracted and being distorted. That's what the Parliamentary Affairs said on the floor of the House. The Leader of Opposition in Rajya Sabha, Malicious Kharge, demanding not only demanding an apology, but also demanding the resignation of Home Minister. I think the Prime Minister coming, supporting what the Home Minister said has clearly left the opposition stung as well as stunned. I think that's where, we're seeing no headway being made. There is talk that the Leader of Opposition in the upper house and lower house, that's Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi, have met the Prime Minister. But I believe no headway has been made. So we would see this particular situation, especially that the opposition creating an uproar on insulting Baba Saheb Ambedkar, the constitution maker, by the Home Minister, and the Home Minister getting the support of the Prime Minister, stating that, part of the speech purely being distorted and being presented and uproar being created over it. So it's making no headway. We can expect that the House resumes at 2 p.m., but not much of headway expected even after the meeting has taken place.
And also, what has been the business for the day listed in both Houses of Parliament, if you could tell us that?
2 bills that are listed in the lower house, 2 bills that are listed in the upper house. But the way the House has functioned, Lok Sabha started off, and before you could even sit down, Lok Sabha was adjourned till 2 p.m. Thanks to the uproar, the opposition, the ruckus that the opposition created. in the upper house, the chairman of the house did let the parliamentary affairs speak and put on record what exactly has happened. You just cannot protest. When you realize that this particular discussion on, especially in both the houses of parliament, it was a need, the Congress or the opposition created the window for this particular discussion to take place. And when you realize that, you've not managed, you walk 2 steps ahead, 3 steps behind, while the treasury benches, the government have been able to put their points in a much better fashion. Rather than saying that you've lost an opportunity, you come back and pick out a excerpt from that particular speech and try to create a ruckus in parliament. So just based on that, all the business that's been listed for the remaining 3 days, I think the mood, especially in the opposition, is now let's, pitch on this particular point, because we have been blown away in the debate in parliament. So we need, some kind of window where we can stick around and we can get other partners to come along with us. And I think that's where the opposition has been making a huge noise. And though there are bills listed in both houses of parliament, no business transactions, nothing has happened till now. And we are expecting that the opposition is going to try similar tricks in the post-lunch session. It's for the government now to see that some kind of headway is made and we're able to see some business transactions in the remaining 2.5 days of parliament.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anil, for all those updates.